Hey everyone, it's Libby from Maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people. It's W-O-R-I-M-I, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Holy dokely! Hopefully I get a better run at the doing some recordings today than I did on Friday. And I will not say it was a very restful weekend. Got my phone here. If it goes, I'm going to have to pause you, and I am expecting a delivery as well. Sneaks is in at the vet's today. She hadn't eaten for 7 days. That's the cat. And of course, her fur mama was very worried. But, you know, she's not clogged up or anything like that. She just hadn't eaten. Now, you know, you sort of think, okay, well, it's the stress of the move, etc., and the fact that I've been away a lot this year. But couldn't even tempt her with sardines or salmon or anything like that. And she has moved multiple times over her years. So let's see what the vet brings back. And I'm on grandma duties this afternoon, and I have a shredder coming to shred some documents. I don't have a fireplace this time around to burn all my personal documents that don't need to move with us. The shredding company wanted to provide a huge, great big bin for what is simply just a small box. So, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, it is all happening. And speaking of all happening, oh my goodness, it is happening around the world. Okay, entertainment only. Where on earth do I go first? I have posted in my post section something that's new that's come out in regards to the action group in regards to the election, the 2024 November thingy that happened. And it is showing that in Minnesota, so Minnesota apparently not an audit, they just do it because it just puts a check on the machine counting. In a couple of districts, they've done hand counts, and the hand counts have come back and shown that 6% of the votes were flipped towards the Republicans, away from the Democrats. So, I mean, it still would have ended up in the Orange Twerp winning that particular district and the Republican reps in those particular districts winning, but yeah, it's a bit like Rockland County again. Still would have ended up in the Republicans winning, but it's showing quite significant discrepancy. And if you take that 6% across the board, it means that somebody didn't win. Oh, okay. I'm not going to read on that just yet. May come out. Let's see how it goes. Other news today, the Supreme Court has rejected Maxwell's conviction appeal. Okay, we might have a little bit of a looky at that. And I just want to put out that Judge Goodstein, yes, the judge in South Carolina, prayers and light and love go out to her husband and the two others that were injured in this fire. In the house fire, apparently she was out walking the dogs, but her husband, there were her children, and there were grandchildren in the house at the time. She had received death threats after ruling that the DOJ has no right to know personal voting information, ergo how people in South Carolina voted. It's none of their business. And she said it's none of their business, it's privacy. People have privacy in regards to their voting. And of course then started receiving threats, etc. And then we've got this incident. So where do I start? I might actually do a bit of a multiple reading this one, only because there is so much ground to cover. I want to have a look. Now, I'm just going to point out that this regime, when they put a figure out there, regardless of what that figure is, they'll either add a naught or take a naught off, a zero. That's why the Orange Twerp says trillion instead of billion when he's talking about, 17 trillion worth of, but also when they're talking about crowd numbers as well. So apparently the regime put out, it's just a big lie, and it's an obvious lie to appease the Orange Twerp himself. make the orange twerp feel happy. In regards to the Navy celebration, rally, rant, word salad, whatever that was, oh my goodness. Now I'm just going to put out there as well that you'll find that that crowd was vetted. Remember several months ago he had a rally with the army recruits, and they were all apparently pre-asked as to whether they were felon supporters or not, and only the felon supporters were allowed to go. My vibe is the same as done with these Navy recruits. Now, the report that has come out is saying that there were 10,000 there. I've looked at the photographs and I reckon maybe 1 to 2 maximum thousand were there. Also remembering that was family and friends were there as well. So, you know, the recruits themselves may have made up about 50% of the crowd. So just be aware. And as the unraveling continues, yeah, the sort of truth absolutely shining bright out there. Do not believe what information is being put out there, because the truth is being put out there, well, blinded in front of the swamp, arms crossed in a defensive pattern. So just know they lie even when they don't have to lie. So what am I going to look at? So apparently Mark Carney, the Prime Minister, yeah, they lie even when they don't have to lie, and even when the lies are obvious. So we've got the High Priestess here, the lies being revealed, the secrets being revealed. Okay. Oh, there's about the military, about the naval, about this naval. Oh gosh, what have I got on the top here? Okay. Hadn't even asked the question. I'm asking about Mark Carney on Tuesday, but I was talking about the naval. So I think the naval rally, the Navy rally, not naval as in belly button, naval as in submarines and ships. So yeah, secrets being revealed, something about with this military rally, but we've got this nightmare situation that's bringing about a rapid ending. Oh dear. Now I keep getting that the regime, and I'm not going to say the GOP because it's not necessarily the GOP, it's those that are behind the regime that are not elected officials. They thought they would get the orange twerp in and they would have until just after the midterms, and then Vance could take over, because if Vance took over after the midterms, then he could get 10 years. So if he basically, if the vice president or whomever takes over from the president more than halfway through term, they get 2 more terms after that. So they thought that they would move Vance in after the midterms and would get 10 years cheating to keep Vance in there. However, the orange twerp ain't going to make the midterms. He'll be lucky to make the end of this year. He'd actually be lucky to make the end of this month. But I want to have a look because, okay, my guides, yours is demanding as mine. Oh, I did ask them to come on board this morning, and they've been around me like this protective, shuffling in a crowd type feel about it. Had to ask them to leave while I went to the bathroom earlier. What they're wanting me to tell you is that if you have a look, so the orange twerp was at the top brass naval show, whatever that was. He wasn't supposed to be there. It was supposed to be Vance and Miller and Hegseth, whatever his name is, Hegseth, and that ilk. The orange twerp was not supposed to be there. A journalist asked him, did he know about it? And he apparently didn't, was his, believe it or not, truthful reply. He didn't, and next thing you know, he's there giving this hour-long whatever that was. So that was so he went to that. That was him. That was the orange twerp. Then what happened, there was a video released, apparently in the Oval Office, talking about the situation in Gaza and the peace treaty. If you look at that video with the sound off, it looks like, so don't be distracted by the voice. The movement is not quite right for the orange twerp, and the skin is not quite right. Just if you feel like it's about a minute and 11 seconds, don't listen to his voice. But if you watch it, it looks really cobbled together AI. The next time apparently he was seen was scurrying out the southern entrance or whatever it was from a distance into a car, allegedly going golfing. Now, it was a distance, whether it was him or not, dubious, leaving the premises. There were claims that he was golfing, and apparently again from a great distance, but the media that was reporting on the fact that he was golfing on the weekend were putting out stock photographs from previous golfing trips. And they had it underneath, you know, previous golfing, you know, blah, 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 from whenever, 3 months ago or whatever. So, again, no confirmation that he was golfing. But then at the naval rally, yes, that was him again. So basically what's happening is they're taking 5 days between events to get him functional for events. He was an hour late to the rally. Whatever that was that he waffled on about for an hour. But yeah, it really takes it out of him, that hour. So the fact that he's actually having to meet with Carney, which he's determined to do with the star, but they're having a real assessment of his health here, trying to get him good enough to do so. Oops, I'll just pop you on pause. Hang on a sec. Sorry about that. Conveyancer, not vet. Okay, where was I? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, he'll be determined to be there with. Oh, as I split the deck again, he will be determined to be there with Carney because he is determined. This is narcissism being center of attention star, and it could be interesting with that Five of Wands. Now, apparently, the only thing on his actual schedule last week, aside from the top brass rally or whatever, the top brass lecture, was supposed to be swearing in the diplomat for Sweden, which Vance did. Apparently, the orange twerp was in the room. Just very unusual that he didn't take the opportunity for the photo op, which is completely not like him. So I just want to have a look. Let's have a look at the Carney. The Carney meeting is supposed to be happening overnight. What do we need to know about what's okay? How's it going to go from the orange twerp's point of view? How's it going to go? Now, just be aware things are, oh goodness me, going to get even wilder and crazier before it is over and done with. Oh, deep breath, because they don't want to give up. They don't want to give up control. It was ruled that that the regime cannot send the National Guard into Oregon, but they sent them in anyhow. Just be aware this is going to happen more and more, where it's pretty much lawlessness until it's over. And it is lawlessness. It is illegal. Oh, I do apologise. I look so tired there. Okay, didn't sleep well last night with sneaks, but I'm looking at Carney. Okay, how's the meeting with Carney going? Well, is it even going to go ahead? Let's have a look. Is the orange twerp going to make the meeting with Mark Carney? And how is it going to go for the twerp? Okay, come on down. Let's have a look. Oh, sorry about that. 14 minutes to get a card out. Right. The signifier here, well, Six of Cups. It is the dementia card. Can be the offering of a naive gift. You've also, I'm always drawn to the figure here that's walking away. So, offering of the gift, naive gift, wanting things to be how they were, depending on what century you're talking about. It's also the dementia card. Okay, let's see where this goes. Oh, far out. On the bottom. Can I do a reading on the twerp without this card appearing? Um, also drawn to, I'm really drawn to the white lilies here, the white flowers. It's almost like age and dementia is going to be on full display. He thinks he's offering a gift, but it's not. Let's see where this goes. Challenged by the Queen of Cups, trying to keep a lid on the emotions. Now, Carney, talk about mature, in control of his emotions, you name it. He's not going to be putting up with any BS. Let me put it that way. Oh, I'm in trouble already. But two emotion cards, emotionally, naively, and in his dementia-ridden old age, he thinks he's all that in a cup of tea, presenting a gift. The challenge is keeping a lid on the emotions, probably when the gift is rejected or walked away from. So trying to keep a lid on the emotions. So I think the meeting's going to go ahead, but let's see how it pans out. The energy at the bottom is the High Priestess. Can be about being in touch with spirituality, or it could simply be the hidden agenda. So the orange twerp's in this agenda. That Carney, it's on full display for Carney, but they're sort of pretending. So the orange twerp thinks that it's all being secretive. Oh, I get this really weird feeling. It's like he's really enjoying what he thinks is being clandestine, secretive, because that's the energy he's stewing in. It's the weirdest. It's like I've got a secret that you don't know type energy of a little kid enjoying having a secret that somebody doesn't know about, but they know. Oh. Anyhow, in the past, we've got the Two of Wands, which is about the planning of this meeting on the international stage. Yes, in the past, the meeting has been planned. I think it's going to go ahead. And crowning this reading, so I'm asking, first of all, is it going to go ahead, and how's it going to go for the orange twerp? The Queen of Pentacles. This is about a carer looking carefully at his health. Could also be the orange twerp. It's not the King of Pentacles. He's not in the commanding position. Not that I want to say a king is commanding. I'm quite happy for queens to take priority over them. But it's almost like he thinks he's going to be offering something palatable to Canada, but it's not. Okay, let's see where this. Yep, there's that infighting again. The verbiage back and forth in the immediate future. Okay. Externally, the Queen of Wands, again, some sort of announcement being made, but it's not a announcement of a plan. Queens for me about our internal doings. So externally, there might. Okay, thank you. I just got that he's going to let slip something that was supposed to be kept secret. I think in his frustration. Okay. Internally, we've got the Two of Pentacles trying to juggle this overseas trade, tariff deal. Don't think Carney wants it. He's going to let slip something about the tariff. And it may also be out of just pure frustrated spite. He might suddenly declare it's 200% tariffs on steel and aluminium or something crazy. Okay, let's see where this goes. Hopes and fears, actions having consequences, legal action being taken with the justice card. He's just going to be on full display with the Sun card. The orange twerp is going to be on full display in his childishness. He's going to look like a fool, and it is with the world card, it is going to hasten his ending as president. Look at these three major arcana. On the bottom, we've got the Tower card. I don't think this meeting's going to go well for the orange twerp. I think he's going to get frustrated with Carney. He's going to let something slip that he wasn't supposed to. He's going to be petty and childish. It's just, okay, show me how's this going to go what's Carney going to think after this meeting? Okay, I'm not going to do a multi-reading, you know me. I'm already waffling enough as it is. How's Carney going to feel about this meeting Tuesday tonight, I think it is. How's Carney going to feel? Right, we want that one, okay. That he's talking to a fish in a cup. Excuse me. Oh, how's he going to feel? He's going to feel what the F? What the F insanity have I stepped into? So yeah, he's the challenge for him is a display of unity, trying to, again, emotions, 2 emotion cards. That's what we had in the spread for the orange twerp too. It's a 10, it's an ending of a cycle, but it's a public display of unity. But he knows this is probably the last time he's going to meet the orange twerp, being the 10. Don't accuse Carney of sucking up or anything like that. Carney will play him, knowing what is required. He has to show a unity to try and prevent this, you know, for the sake of the Canadian people in regards to the tariffs, because there's huge amounts of trade that cross the border back and forth. And he is dealing with this insanity, emotional insanity. And on the bottom, we've got the Queen of Cups. He's going to have to keep a lid on what he really wants to say. Again, a lot of emotions. So if Carney looks like he's trying to appease, don't attack him. He knows what he has to do. The Knight of Pentacles, the energy that he's stewing in, it's all about the tariffs, the stalling of the cross-border finances. He knows that he's dealing with an unstable mercenary. Oh, okay, so just know that in the past, the lies, the betrayal, the deceit, the stealing, yeah, again, Carney knows what he's dealing with is an intellectual absence. Let me put it that way. An intellectual absence. Okay, crowning this reading. Yeah, something's gonna be said where he's going to be put on the back foot defensive. He's not going to like what is being offered. So we've got the 7 of Wands and the 4 of Cups. He is not going to like what this insanity is. He may even reject a deal, reject an offer that the orange twerp has put out. oh, we'll remove the tariffs if you become the 51st state, or something equally as pathetic. But yeah, he's not liking what's on offer there. And he's going to, with the Eight of Wands. Oh, talk about full moon at the moment. Oh, on top of everything else, full moon. Yeah, he's prepared to walk away. And he may just get up and leave. A lot of emotions here. Internally, the Ten of Wands, he is under a heavy burden because he has to try and do what is best for the Canadian people. And he's just dealing with this disorganized, chaotic messaging that's coming at him. So 2 10s as well. This is end of cycle stuff. Hopes and fears, showing strength, trying to placate the orange twerp. Let's see where it goes. There's the outcome. Again, that Six of Cups. There's going to be some sort of offer made from the dementia-ridden old one. Yeah, some sort of financial offer that's made, but it's a fool's gold offer. And there's going to be a lot of headlines come out about it. Oops, and what have I got? The Page of Pentacles. An opportunity that he is there is going to be this offer. It's unpalatable. He is going to have a look at it, but whatever it is, it's insane. It's just it's an insane offer. On the base, again, as I said, we've got the Queen of Cups. He's going to have to keep a lid on his emotions in regards to the Emperor, about the finances, the wannabe emperor, the dictator, the my way or the highway. We've got the King of Pentacles there. It is money discussions, high money discussions that'll take place about, money, about the tariffs, about cross-border trade with that. So Six of Pentacles again, money, Three of Wands, trade back and forth, but it's just whatever it is with that Five of Swords. It's just going to be, win at any cost, abuse of power. And again, we've got the walking away. We've got the Death card, the ending of something. The ending. I really feel for Carney. I think he's going to be subject to something that is just really insane. He's going to have to keep a lid on his emotions in regards to this meeting. I think there's going to be some sort of really ridiculous offer that's presented where he's going to have to reject it. Yeah, and it may be the last time that these two actually meet, because there's no point in holding discussions with someone that is insane, dementia-ridden, won't even honour promises. Gee, I wonder when you guys are getting your $5,000 Doge savings check to go with your 2,000 tariff check. Oh man, when are those coming? So yeah, I don't think it's yeah, I'm going to leave it there. I think it's just going to be Looney Tunes, and I think Carney's going to have to walk away, and I think he knows it's actually the last time that he's even going to try and deal with this regime. So please be gentle on Carney if it looks like he's trying to appease, if he's trying to placate. He has to do what's right for the Canadian people. Okay, love to you all. Take care. Bye-bye.